In the Metro. Sorry, very loud. In the Metro, there's a story about a woman who uses asparagus to predict things, and she predicts that Trump will win the American general presidential election and will be impeached. Now, is that implausible? No. In fact, I've been predicting that he probably will win the election because the people standing against him at the moment, the people who are likely to pick up the candidate, don't seem to be people who are going to win. If it's Joe Biden, I don't imagine Joe Biden putting up a great show against the blowhard Trump. So, that seems likely. An impeachment, it's already in motion. So, if he has to stand, up for himself, stand before the American government, and they say, you've been a slightly naughty boy on a few cases, here's a slap on the wrist, that is an impeachment. So, the story is, this gal here, who probably needs to get out more often, has made this prediction. A fortune teller who uses asparagus to predict England winning Cricket World Cup. Well, we shall see about that. We shall see about so many things that are meant to happen. See about her claims about the US president, I mean. And you might well predict a great many things. This is the thing. These people who are reading, tea leaves and asparagus sticks and, chicken entrails or whatever else they happen to do, well, they get a few things right. They remember those. If you look back and they don't edit their websites, if you do find it where they haven't had chance to edit what they've predicted, you find they are wrong many times. You'll find that they make mistakes very often. You will find that their woo-woo techniques are no better now than when they were first conceived. It used to be the thing, didn't it? Many, many years ago, people like Joseph Smith, the founder of Mormonism, was one of those people who would go around with all these special techniques, things like crystals and divination tools and things of this kind, until eventually he became a cult leader. But these practices, these wacky methods of divination and prediction have been around since time immemorial, and they have never really worked to any great degree. But with enough intelligence, an educated guess, or a lowly educated guess, based on what you've read in the papers, will give you what you need to know. And you go, oh, that stick is here, that stick is there. Or you roll a few coins and, play the I Ching. So what? You're not actually predicting anything. You're not pulling anything from the ether. You're using a tool, coming up with a few predictions, and then making out it's more than it actually is. And for credulous people who choose to believe in this shite, it seems to be convincing. But if I go back, as I have with several people like this in recent time and many, many more in the past, you go back to their old predictions, many of their old predictions are wrong. Just wrong. Everything from the psychic twins to John Edward. When they make predictions and they get it wrong, they ignore it. When they get something right, they crow about it. They just claim, oh, we're not 100% all the time, maybe 80%. And it's more like you're lucky if you're even 5% correct. But of course, for a show, to get attention, to be in the papers, they have to make these radical claims. And which claims do they tend to use? The ones, very often, which are more likely. And of course, I think this is very, very likely. But does it prove you have extrasensory perception of any kind? No, it does not.